Content may not be suitable if you are underage, closed-minded, or immature. We discuss topics that are graphic and sexual in nature. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a minisode of Babes of Valhalla. This is Mistress Darby, and I am here with a little something to oil your ears with. Today, I am presenting to you the first minisode of a segment we are calling Storytime with Sluts. It's short stories written from experiences varying from personal life to inside the club and about sex work in general. If any of you little slut muffins out there have a short story that you've written and want to share it, be sure to email it to babesofvalhalla@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. This story is actually one of mine. I wrote it about, a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I wrote it while I was working in Tampa. I don't know how many of you out there have ever worked in Florida. Personally, for me, it was not my favorite place to work. I am glad that I had the experience, but I do not feel like I fit in. I didn't feel comfortable. It was a strange culture that I just couldn't find my place in. I didn't feel like aesthetically I fit. I didn't feel like my personality fit. And I've always kind of wanted to go back again and try it one more time because there were a lot of other things going on at that point in my life. But it was a very weird experience, and the experiences that I had that were positive, that were good, that I really liked, ended up really sticking with me because I felt like at the time they were so few and far between. So it's kind of a little background. So I guess we'll get into it. All right. One of my favorite things about dancing, and by dancing, I mean stripping, is experiencing a stranger's fantasy while also getting paid. Now, I know this might sound basic, but this transaction satisfies several needs for me. The first obvious one being money. I pay my bills, I travel, I buy whatever the fuck I want. And the second has always been something harder for me to explain. I love collecting people's kinks, fantasies, perversities, anything, secrets. And while someone else might shy away or zone out from a middle-aged classic manly man who wants to talk about why he loves secretly giving oral, as he called it, to chicks with dicks while wearing a chicken suit, I instead am glued to my seat. Tell me everything. And I truly mean everything. This has always been something I craved, to collect intimate moments, secrets from strangers, family, friends, anyone. So today I'm going to tell you one specific story about a man I met in Tampa, Florida. The shift started out as any normal shift. I applied dramatic makeup, I checked my outfit in the mirror, I fluffed my hair, and I turned in my drink ticket for a glass of red wine. The club was not by any definition busy. It was a Thursday around 5 p.m., and the only possible customers were 3 elderly men sitting at the bar. They were nicely dressed, they were in suits, they were keeping to themselves and busy drinking and ignoring the stage and not tipping. So I watched them from the other side of the bar, enjoying my drink, and decided, well, I had nothing else to do, so why not? I slid my way between them and sit next to the tallest, skinniest of the 3. The first clue that he is my kind of perfect weirdo is that before we even go over the standard, hello, how's your night going, or asking my name, he reaches one finger out, strokes the side of my upper arm, and asks whether or not I use CeraVe as a skin moisturizer. Fun fact, I actually do. After a few glasses of wine and some pleasant conversation, where initially he keeps giving off the "you're bothersome, but I don't want to be rude" vibe, which annoys me, So, of course, I keep pushing and keeping my I am going to make you love me mantra repeating inside my head. And as I'm starting to warm up to the big ask, he surprises me by leaning in and asking quietly, "How good are you at acting?" I reply as coyly as possible, "Well, I'm good at everything." And with a smile, he leans in again. "I want you to do something very specific for me." I wait for the request. He takes a deep breath. "I want you to tell me how you would never fuck me. How you are a dirty little slut that fucks everyone else in this bar, but you would never fuck me." I can barely contain myself from laughing. Not only was this so basic, but I don't even have to actually act. Too easy. We go to the VIP room. We spend 30 glorious minutes together where I get to insult, choke, talk dirty, use my feet to squash the balls of a man that is older and more frail feeling than my own grandfather. But believe me, he could take it. And then our time is up. He breathlessly exits the champagne court, hands me a tip, and with a slight nod, he and his band of old fogies take their leave. I was bubbling. For 30 minutes, I was invited to visit this guy's weird little world, play out his fantasy, and then poof, it was over. He goes out into the world like nothing happened. But I know, and we both know, and we have a little secret that I get to keep forever. Thank God this is a real job. And that is it for our first mini-sode of Storytime with Sluts. Thank you for joining us, and be sure to leave comments, rate us on iTunes or whatever platform you are receiving our transmissions from. Give us a follow on the gram and see what the Space Babes are up to. We are on Instagram at Babes of Valhalla. And please, all you sluts out there with stories, we know you have them and we would love to share. So please send them our way. We check our emails and voicemails regularly, and we will contact you to discuss the process before anything ever goes on the podcast. Our email is babesofvalhalla@gmail.com, and leave us a voicemail at 725-222-3737. Stay juicy, babes, and until next time on The Babes of Valhalla. Babes of Valhalla is written and produced by the Babes of Valhalla, otherwise known as your illustrious lieges Darby and Charlie. Music provided by the musical genius Gemini Genesis.